I wanted to show off my latest find. I've been looking for an uncapping tank for my honey, my frames, and all they had were, in my price range, I'm always a cheap bastard, is the plastic 2-tub. They look like regular totes, and they cut the bottom out of one and stack two on top of each other. I was using a tub like that, but I didn't have an uncapping table, so I was stuck bent over all the time. My back would hurt. I thought, well, I'd like to get a nice stainless steel one, and those are $600 plus. And I thought about a freestanding stainless steel sink. And I looked it up on Amazon, and they had this one. I'll put the link to it in the comments. And it said it was 30 inches wide, and it looked like it might have a shelf in it and stuff, and it looked like it might work. So they sent it out. It came from China, even though this company, Gridman, is in the United States. It's definitely Chinese. It's made out of some kind of Chinesium stainless steel, and the normal Chinese workmanship. I can see a little bit of blotched up stuff there. The sides, I don't know if it happened in shipping or not, but these two sides in here were pushed in, and I had to take a wooden block and a hammer and hammer those back out. I think it happened in manufacturing when they formed this. This kind of oil canned and came in. Anyway, I was looking it over and it looked really nice. Then I picked up a frame that I had, and lo and behold, it sits in there perfect. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic. So you could take just a stick, stick it across there with that's got a screw into it. I wouldn't use this stick. This is just an example of how cheap and easy you can get. Stick your frame on there, cut your cappings off, go to the other side, do the same thing. What I used to have to do is I'd decap them and then carry them over one at a time and put them in the machine, since I had no place to put them. But now I can leave them hanging here. That's fantastic. And I thought, well, if that's good, I can go even better. And when you got a hammer, everything is nails. When you got a welder, everything needs to be welded together. So I happen to have a bunch of this 1-inch steel tubing, and I made up this frame which locks in there pretty tight, so I can move it forward and back. I've got a screw that's sharpened, and I can do my decapping here and put my frames in there. So that came out really nice. I'm really happy with that. Now, the honey gate. I put a honey gate in the bottom. I don't know if you really need a honey gate or any kind of gate like that. You could just put a bucket under it and let the stuff drain into the bucket. But what I did is, this is the bottom side of this drain insert, and I cut it off, and then this part here is for your the stem that comes out, goes down to your drain. And then the honey gate fit right in there, and I just screwed the nut in. So now I have a honey gate. I'll tilt this back. Oop. See if we can see this. So there's a honey gate in the bottom. I've tested it with water. It's watertight, so it should be honey tight. As you can see, this thing is pretty light, so it's not what I would call real stout, but it's enough for what I do. The legs were not parallel. One leg was kicked in. I had to pull that out a little. And one other thing, I thought, well, what about keep the wax out? I thought I could just take a little thing like that, stick it in the bottom, kind of keep the big chunks of wax from floating down in there. Or The real simple thing you could do is it came with a strainer. You could not use a honey cake. The strainer has a plunger. You put that in there, that'll seal it and won't let it drain until you're ready to drain it. And then just slide a bucket underneath, lift up, pull the drain, let the wax go down. But I thought this was a really incredible find, that it was the dimensions of a frame. Two other things to mention is these are holes where your hot and cold water would come through. And I just took a 3/4 inch electrical KO seal, and it just happened to fit in that hole perfectly. So that seals that up. And the other thing, each of the 4 legs has a plastic adjustable tip to it, so you can screw it in and out and get it to be somewhat level. That is my new stainless steel honey uncapping tank. And I hope you enjoyed this.